because I want anyone that has lost a child or a loved one to be able to open up and start to communicate with their loved ones also. So that day of the celebration of life, I was like, oh my gosh, he's so powerful. He's coming through to Chantry, and she's like sending me this message. It was so great. So we were at the celebration of life, and COVID had just started. And so we had it outside at the festival grounds in our local town that we had been on the board forever. And the festival wasn't running that year because of COVID. It had been shut down. And so we couldn't have the celebration of life inside a building with more than 25 people because we were in lockdown. So we decided to have it outside on the bleachers at this festival ground, which we had been so involved in. And Josh himself loved this festival. When he was a child, he'd work in the information booth, and it was so cool. So we had it on the bleachers with a stage, and over 800 people showed up, which was amazing. It was the most beautiful day. And just as his brother, or no, it was actually coming to the hour. So there was always this big joke that Josh, we would go to church, and after the hour, he'd be like, okay, walk outside, I'm done. I can only do an hour. And he would leave. I was like, what? You can't just leave in the middle of church. But that was his personality. He was like, I'm done. It's been an hour. Not doing it. And so at the hour mark, his brothers stood up to talk. A huge wind came and blew all of the flowers over. And I was like, no way. So after the brothers talked, Kevin and I stood up, his dad and I stood up to talk. And I made a joke and said, that was Josh's sign. Like, we're done. It's been an hour. I'm done. I'm done here. You guys all get to go. And so I started noticing these signs that he sent, just being open to how ironic is it? There are no coincidences, right? That at the hour mark, this massive wind came. So that was pretty cool. And then, I had people like a really good friend of mine that I had met in my leadership team. When I first met her, I thought she was cuckoo and woo woo. And I was like, she's so out there. I don't get her. That stuff doesn't resonate with me. The woo woo, the cards, the spirit, the ETs, the whatever, like that's all out of my wheelhouse. And so we then became friends through this program. And she called me about a week after Josh had passed away, just shortly after the celebration of life. And she said, I can help you connect to Josh if you'd like. And I said, okay, I'm open to anything. And so she led me through what now I lead people through in my clinic, in my office, where I help people to connect with loved ones on the other side. And it's really a meditation where you drop into your heart center, and it's beautiful in there and safe and wonderful. And she helped me find the back door where Josh was on the other side, and I could connect with him and hug him and reach out to him. And it was crazy emotional. But she also told me I could use it anytime on my own, and that it was something that anytime I wanted, is all I had to do is say his name, and he would be on that other side waiting for me. And that was really hard for a while, but I started practicing it, and I started to learn what it felt like to be in his presence as a spirit.